Today, what we are going to cover in lesson is to do your word problems for whole numbers, right? So understanding not just whole numbers, but also fractions, okay? So fractions, understanding numerator, denominator, what is equivalent fractions, okay? And then we are going to solve word problems using this thing called redistribution. Did Mr. Lim already cover this here and there thing with you?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so for this one, why don't you tell me what you got for this? Tell me how you would solve it.
My answer is 24.
Tell me how you got it. More important is how you got it. So what's your first step? What do you write first?
3 over 4, the 3 times 3 and the 4 times 3 equals 9 over 12.
Equals to 9 over 12. So you made the denominator the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 9 over 12 is equals to 54, right?
Yeah.
And then your 1/3 you change to what?
4 over 12.
Okay, and then continue. What's your next step?
Then 1 over 12 equals 5, 4. 54 divided by 9 equals 6.
And then you multiply it by 4.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That way also works. What Mr. Lim prepared here is he drew a model for you. The whole number is one big bar. He split it into how many parts here? So you did 12, right? But it's also fine. Your way is perfectly fine. Okay, but what he taught here is you can split it into 4. 3/4 of it is 54. So you find 1/4, which is 18. You find the whole number, which is 72, and then you divide it by 3. But your way is also perfectly fine. Okay, and it's accepted. So what you did was you make the denominator the same. So you will have gotten 9 over 12 is 54. You found your 1 over 12, and then you went to find, instead of 1/3 is 4 over 12, which is perfect. Okay, so you get 24, right? Correct answer? Yeah, okay, good. Let's move on to the next one. Next one, how did you do it? You made the denominator the same again?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just share another screen so I can write down what you are writing so the recording can catch what we are doing also.
Oh, I can write down what I wrote on the screen.
You can write down. Okay, maybe you can do that. You do that then for me. Hang on. Okay, you do that. Tell me what you wrote. Can you write it a bit?
Will be a little bit messy.
That's fine. Can you write it a little bit more on the right side of the question? Okay.
This side.
Yep. Okay, good, perfect. Can you write it down there? So 1 over 4, yep, you change it to, make the denominator the same, perfectly done. Okay. Handwriting is nice, why is it not nice?
The screen is not
a bit
nice.
big. Yeah, it's a bit big, but it's okay. Next one, the 2 over 7 you change to. Very well done. And then 28 you divided it by 28, my dear. You wrote down as 8.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. Go back and just edit it. Hold on. Are you missing some stuff in between? 1u is 28 divided by 7, right?
Forgot to write something.
Can you write that down? Undo some more. You wrote it as 8 divided by 7.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Isn't it 28 divided by 7?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 28 divided by 7. Add in the 2. Yes, very good. And that will give you?
Oh. My pen disappeared.
Your pen disappeared.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And then the last step? We did 4 multiplied by? Very well done. Okay, perfect. Okay, you got 32, which is the correct answer. Okay, perfectly done. So what he did was he drew it out, one big number, split it into 4, 1/4 is 28. Find the whole number, which is 28 times 4, 112, and then he divided by 7 times 2. Okay, which is exactly the same answer as what you got. So well done. Okay, you can put a tick for your, you wrote it out on a worksheet, is it? You printed it out to write it out, is it?
I wrote it on my notebook.
That's fine. That's fine. Well done. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We clear the annotations. Hang on, Okay, next one. What fraction of this figure is shaded? So how will you start?
I only have my answer though.
Okay, so what was the thought process that you had before you wrote your answer? What shapes are there in this figure?
Triangle.
Triangles. How many triangles are there in total? Just count. How many are there?
24.
24. So the total number of triangles is 24, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of them are shaded?
8.
Very good. Okay, so total triangles 24. You counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are shaded. Therefore, 8 out of
24.
will be shaded, right? Simplify that. What's your final answer?
Oh, I forgot to simplify.
Okay. Simplify now. Tell me what you get. You divide it by
2/6.
some more. Can divide some more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, divide some more.
1/3.
Perfect. Okay, because 8 and 24 actually both can divide by 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1, 24 divided by 8 give you 3. But what you did was divide by 4 first, then divide by 2, which is also fine. Okay, next one. Figure is made out of squares. How many more squares must be shaded so that 3/4 of the figure is shaded? So what will we do here? Same step as before. You will first count
the squares.
How many squares are there?
40.
8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40 squares in total, right? So how many is currently shaded?
12.
12. But you need what fraction of the figure to be shaded? What's the question asking us to do? They need what fraction of the figure? No, so they need 3/4 of the figure to be shaded, right? So 3/4, which one do we need to change so that we can continue?
I think you need to get the number of the thing that is shaded, then simplify it.
Okay, you need 3/4 to be shaded, right? So currently there are 12 shaded squares. Okay, so if we want 3/4 to be shaded, right? That means how many squares need to be shaded? Out of this entire 40 squares, right? If I want 3/4 to be shaded, that means how many must be shaded? What is 3/4 of all the squares? Of means what? Do you know? Of means
but
times.
There's more than 4 squares.
You're right. So what must we do to the denominator? If there's more than 4 squares, right? That's 40. Yes, very good. You change the denominator to 40. That means 4 at the bottom you will times. 4 times 10 gives you 40, right?
Yeah.
So what will the fraction be? The fraction
40/40.
Okay, yeah. So you have 3/4, right? You need 3/4 to be shaded. Okay, currently the total squares that we have is 40, right? So over here, we need this to be 40. Like you said, the denominator must be 40, right? So what do we need to do? Times what?
Times 10.
Perfect. So I times 10 below, I must also
times on top.
on top, right? So what do you get?
30 over 40.
Yes, so you get 30 over 40. That means I need how many squares to be shaded if I want 3/4, which is 30 over 40. So how many squares must be shaded?
Is it minus 30 minus 12?
Yes, very good. Okay, so we need 30 squares to be shaded, right? So since there are only 12 shaded now, 30 minus 12, 18 more must be shaded. Yeah, did you get that?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. Okay, good. Well done. All right, let's move on. Okay, so Andy has some money. He spends 2/5 of his money on some muffins. He spends 3/8 of his money on some stickers. Okay, so using equivalent fractions, right? Can you find out what is the amount? How many units did Andy spend on the muffins? So what will we do? What do you do here, Casey?
I think I missed out that question.
Never mind, you can do this with me then. So all his money, right? He spent what fraction of it on muffins?
2 over 5.
Very good. So he spent 2/5 of his money on muffins, right here. Oh, hang on. Okay. He spent 2/5 of his money on muffins, right? But this is off his money, right? Then he spent 3/8 also of his money on stickers. So is his money the same throughout?
No.
Not the same. He has some money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he spent 2/5 of that amount of money on muffins. He spent 3/8 of the amount of money on stickers. Correct? So the money, this money here is his money. Okay. So how do we compare? When you want to compare fractions, what must you do? Make the
denominator the same.
Very good. Can you do that for me? Can you write down 2/5 over
Times
here
8.
times what? You write down for me. You can annotate, right?
Yeah.
You can write. There you go.
This times.
Yep, there's times, that's fine. Yep, very good. Well done. So the new fraction will be 16 out of 40 and 15 out of 40, right? So that means on muffins, how many units were spent? You already wrote it. How much? How many out of 40?
16.
Okay, so 16 and 15, right? So the muffins 2/5. Hold on.
Is it 16 plus 15?
16 plus 15 is what he spent in total, right? So what are they asking you to do? They want the amount of money that Andy spends on muffins, which we know, we wrote down that is 16 and 15 already, right? So what does Andy have in the end? So what is his total?
$40.
Very good. 40 units, my dear. 40 units, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's fraction. Yeah, okay. So 40 units is his total. He spends 16 units on the muffins. He spent 15 units on the stickers. What will he have left in the end? How many units?
Because 16 plus 15 is 31. So 40 minus 31 equals 9.
Perfect. Well done. Okay, so 9 is in the end. Then they're also asking, what is the difference in the amounts he spent on the muffins and the stickers? What's the difference?
1 unit.
Yeah, quite simple, right? This one, well done. 1U. Okay, 16U minus 15U, the difference between the amount spent on muffins and stickers is 1 unit. Okay, so you just have to fill this one in. There's no actual question here to ask you, right? Unless we move on. We move on? Okay, yeah? Can you understand so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me clear the annotations first. Okay. Okay, now we have to find what is this value of 1 unit. Now, if 1 unit minus 7 is equals to 5, okay? So how I'm going to show you this is, hang on. Okay, Okay, so can you imagine, Casey,